She was sitting in the dark, eating raw meat, and smiling at me. That's how I found my stepmother one night. The room was quiet, the lantern off, but the moonlight slipped in through the window. Her eyes glinted, and her teeth looked too sharp as she chewed. My legs refused to move, I couldn't breathe. Let me explain. My name is Obi. I was 12 when my father remarried. My mother had passed years ago, so it was just me and him. Then came Auntie Rose. She was sweet to him, always smiling, always helpful. But to me, her kindness felt like a trap. It started small. Missing items would appear in strange places, like my school socks under her bed. She'd smile and say, "Obi, you must be careless." Or when food disappeared, she'd laugh and tell my dad, his stomach is hungrier than his head. My dad would laugh along, but her eyes would stay on me, cold and sharp. Animals didn't like her. Goats refused to graze near our house, and our dog, Bruno, hid whenever she was around. One day, I even saw her staring at a bird in the tree. The bird froze, like it couldn't move. Then it just fell to the ground, dead. The night I saw her eating raw meat, I couldn't sleep. I had heard strange whispers coming from the kitchen. When I peeked in, she was sitting on the floor, her back to me. There was a bowl in front of her, and she was scooping bloody meat into her mouth with her hands. The smell made me gag. Then she stopped. Slowly, she turned her head and stared at me. Her mouth was red, her teeth sharp. And then, she smiled. I ran to my room and locked the door. I stayed awake until morning. The next day, she acted like nothing happened. She served me food and asked, "Did you sleep well?" I couldn't answer. My dad didn't notice anything. How could he? She was perfect around him. But she wasn't hiding anymore. At night, I heard her chanting. Sometimes, I'd find strange things in my room, bones, feathers, even a knot of cloth under my pillow. When I threw them away, she'd smile at me the next morning, her eyes daring me to say something. Then Bruno disappeared. My dad said he probably ran off, but I knew better. That night, I heard scratching at my window. When I opened it, I saw a bloody paw print on the sill. I told my uncle I couldn't stay there anymore. He didn't ask too many questions, he just took me in. My dad was angry, called me ungrateful, but I didn't care. I was safe. Sometimes, I still dream about her. In the dream, she's sitting in the dark eating raw meat, smiling at me. Only now, she whispers my name. And when I wake up, I swear I can still smell blood.